Hey guys, Bill Spadea here. Welcome back to our live streaming show, Common Ground, brought to you by our friends at Action Networks. And of course, New Jersey, 101.5 FM, great station. You listen to me every morning, 6 to 10 a.m. As you know, one of the things that we've been doing over the past few months is we are doing what we're calling the Main Street Listening Tour. We're heading out to small businesses across the state. We spent the weekend in 3 different counties, Hunterdon, Somerset, and Sussex County. And today, we're here for this show. We are in beautiful Bergen County. I love coming back to Bergen County. We had an awesome time with our good friend, Michael Gardner, who introduced us to a half a dozen fantastic small businesses. Well, today, we are back in Paramus, and we are at TNT, Total Nunziato Training. It is an outstanding gym complex. It's a company that is surviving and thriving in the Garden State. And part of our presentation is to show you that there are some great businesses across the state that you need to solicit, you need to go to, you need to know about. And on the other side, it's listening to understanding what is it can we do better. Because I can tell you this, the politicians in Trenton, the politicians in Washington, they are not listening. And one of the things that I always said to my kids when they were little growing up, guys, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion. So we're taking the power that we've built with the largest audience in the state, more than 1 million people tuning into New Jersey 101.5, and now the fastest growing grassroots organization in the state, the Common Sense Club, with more than 150,000 members. And you know about our PAC, Elect Common Sense, helping hundreds of candidates out there across the state of New Jersey, outraising almost every one of the other organizations out there and doing it with low dollar donors. But the idea of Common Ground is to say, you know what, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're unaffiliated, black, white, man, woman, doesn't matter. We all can find the common ground that we want New Jersey to be the best that it can be. We want New Jersey to be the place where you can grow and start a business and grow your family and learn and live and succeed and thrive and maybe even eventually retire. So joining me now, our first guest, I am proud to welcome him, Mike Nunziato. Man, Mike, it is great to meet you. How you doing?
Appreciate you having me, Bill.
Thanks for being on. So, all right, so walked in. First thing you say to me, I walk in, it's raining out, nasty weather out. You're like, hey, the cryo. What is it? The freeze. What do we call it?
So we have a cryotherapy machine.
The
in the
cryotherapy machine.
I try to get Bill in, but
now, to be fair, you all know you watched me do the crazy ice plunge. I did 10 minutes in the ice bath. So I love the cold. Next time I'm going to take you up on it.
All right, deal.
But tell me about the place. The space is beautiful. TNT Training is the name of your company.
Correct.
How long have you been here?
So we've been here 11 years.
Oh, wow.
So we started in Elmwood Park, smaller town, about 15 minutes away. And then this is year 6 for us now in Paramus.
Okay. I mean, it's an awesome, awesome space. Tell me what's going on with the space that we're in. I feel like we could be doing the combine here.
Yeah, so we have full 60 yards of a 3-track turf. It goes from front to back. We have 2 weight rooms, 8 power racks in the main weight room, dumbbells up to 150. And then we have a whole separate area behind physical therapy in the back that has a whole separate weight room, cryotherapy, recovery, sauna. It's kind of really a one-stop shop for all our athletes.
Now, you're tuning in now, and you're meeting Mike Nunziato, who is the founder and the owner of this fantastic training facility in Paramus, Bergen County, New Jersey, TNT, Total Nunziato Training. I love that you used your own name to get TNT. I love that. Fantastic. TNT, it's explosive. That's what happens here. But you are not just a gym owner. You're not just a fitness guy. Like, you're training NFL players.
Correct.
Tell me about that. How did you get to the point where you earned the respect of the guys that are carrying the football to say, Mike, we trust you with our health and our athletic ability?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's part of education and learning, but it's part of luck too. All right, so the guest that's going to come on later, Blake Sanders, one of our first pro guys. He's now a retired guy. He was one of my first guys who really believed in me, and then what we did for his career, prolonged it, and he got me a bunch of other guys, and we had first-round draft picks, Jabril Peppers, Rashawn Gary, who believed in kind of what we did, and they saw, what their bodies elevated, and basically they stayed healthy, so they kind of believed in our product, they believed in our mantra. It's a mindset here, and they're family to us.
Let me ask you, they stayed healthy. You know, there are a lot of people out there, and for Jody, my wife, who you met earlier coming in, you know, we've got 2 kids. Our son, Michael, played high school football and is a great athlete. He's done some MMA training. He's a great athlete. But we took a lot of heat from a lot of folks in town having our son play football, because a lot of people have this belief that, it's dangerous, kids shouldn't play it. There are actually towns in New Jersey trying to ban it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can get hurt doing anything. Football's obviously, you know, it's a brutal sport, but out of all the sports that we train in here, it's the number one sport that's going to teach you about character, life lessons. You know, a lot of clients and parents don't understand that soccer is just as much as a chance of getting a concussion it is for football. And it's just about being safe. The game has obviously changed. You know, it's super safe. And it's about just kind of learning your kid's character, and that's what football does.
Do you think that, and this maybe this is a personal question, just from an analysis outside of what you do here, has the country gotten softer? Do you feel like we're not raising our kids to be as tough as they were? I mean, I feel like when I was a kid, you know, I'm 50, I'll be 55 in a couple of weeks. We raised kids tougher 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. It's the country's definitely gotten softer, but I can tell you what, our gym hasn't gotten softer. So that's one thing we believe in: toughness, hard work. Right? It's, you know, my dad was a PSEG worker, my mom was a teacher. They instilled that in me, that blue collar type mentality, and that's what we do here, and that's why we're continuing to grow.
How hard is it to thrive in New Jersey? What have been some of the obstacles that you just at the end of the night you throw your hands up, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe Trenton did this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, the COVID situation, you know, it was crazy what happened. I still can't believe that we went through this of, you know, being closed 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
When you can go to
when the
store
gyms should have been the one thing that stayed open.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. So, you know, but I kind of take the positive out of it. It made us tougher. It made our group tougher. And, you know, we thrive. So those gyms that kind of overcame that, you know, are better now. So I kind of look at the positive of what kind of happened.
Now, for membership at TNT, are you looking for anybody? I mean, can somebody come in that is not a prospective NFL player and say, all right, I want to at least be around the guys that are training at that level to make myself better?
Yes, I mean, listen, our biggest market is age 7 to ages 18.
Wow.
So the pro guys are great in here, but, you know, our biggest market is those high school kids. You know, and they see the guys on the wall, every guys we have, and, you know, our staff is 13 here, you know, so we have 13 quality trainers. You know, all have either a high-level certification and or degree, and, you know, that's what kind of separates us in a competitive New Jersey.
And where do people go? So for moms and dads out there, you want your kids to get into a program, into the training that can, A, toughen them up, B, help them be more physically fit. I mean, I'm sure you agree, Mike, that we are not a country that is very fit today. If you look across the board with obesity and diabetes and just people think, hey, I'll take a pill for that.
Yeah, I mean, any client who comes in here, it's more of a family atmosphere. So if we have a kid that's age 9 in here, our first goal is to let's get our parents involved, because that kid's not going to make his own meals. It's the parents that are behind the scenes that are kind of adopting those healthy lifestyles. So it's more than just a kid. It's a whole group. It's the family as a whole.
Where do people go for mom and dad watching that if they want to get their kid into this program, or, you know, budding athlete out there wants to join the gym? What do they do? So
they can go to our website, tntnj.com, or you can follow us on Instagram, TNT Training NJ. That'll go directly to myself and our front desk manager, and we'll get you guys going.
Mike, thank you so much. Really appreciate the time.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate
Congratulations on a great business.
Thank you, man.
Mike Nunziato, what a good guy, right? There you heard it, right? There's obviously always obstacles in the state of New Jersey when it comes to regulation, taxes, the absolutely unconstitutional lockdowns, but here we are. I loved what Mike said. He toughed it out. That suffering made us all a little bit tougher and on guard to make sure it never happens again. All right, speaking of great businesses, I want to take a break and bring in one of our sponsors, Action Networks.
Pop star Iona Mansion started a craze last night by carrying a yellow bucket. Fans have been rushing stores.
I can't believe these fools fell for the bucket promotion. What do we make them buy next?
Hey, how about a surveillance special like Active?
You fool. We don't want people feeling safe. That's why we sell battery Wi-Fi cameras. Now, go learn more about this Action. They must be stopped.
Hey guys, welcome back. Bill Spadea here. Thanks for tuning in to our new live streaming show, Common Ground. I have a fantastic guest with me today. He has run the combine and spent 8 years in the NFL as a linebacker. Blake Costanza. What's going on, Blake? How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So, all right, let's talk about this. You heard I interviewed Mike earlier, and by the way, this is all posted online, so you can go to nj1015.com/Bill Spadea if you want to see anything after this, before this, and you can get every episode that we have. Blake, let's talk about it. You're a Jersey guy.
Yep.
Hohokus, right? Am I right?
Franklin Lakes.
Franklin Lakes.
Franklin Lakes.
I
Yep.
almost had it right. All right. At what point did you make that transition? I am assuming you're a high school football player,
Yes,
and
sir.
you make that jump to the NFL. Like, this many people get to go that far. Mm-hmm. When did it start to happen for you?
Oh man, I mean, it started with my parents instilling a work ethic in me that that was hard to put in words, should I say. I always valued things growing up. We lived in Franklin Lakes. It's a great town to live in.
It's a beautiful town.
Beautiful town.
Yeah.
My dad worked hard, and he always instilled work ethic and to value things. And, he never put a limit on what I could do. And as I progressed in my career, I always had some success. And I think how it's fitting because it's a mindset is TNT's model. And I feel like when you put something in your mind and you keep working hard towards that target, I think anything's possible. And that's what my parents taught me.
What, beyond the work ethic, what got you to survive and thrive 8 years in the NFL? They say the average NFL career, I think, is 3.5 years, something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, so you
3 years.
almost tripled
Yep.
the average career. You played for a number of different teams. What got you through, and has the game changed today?
Oh, the game has changed. Yeah, our buddy Henry's going to talk to you later. He plays a new game of football here.
So it was tougher when you were playing, right?
100%. It's always tougher for the old timers. What got me there is, I just tried to be different. I know there was a lot of guys. I went to a small school, Lafayette College. Not too many people know about it. It's about 2,500 kids, undergrad, non-scholarship. And I knew I had to set myself apart from everybody else. So I was willing to do things other players weren't willing to do. I was willing to be physical. I was willing to learn multiple positions. So I tried to set myself apart from the average guy that was trying to make it.
Yeah.
And, my toughness and my willingness to do things that other weren't, that kind of propelled me forward with my career.
When people ask you about your career, what game pops into your head?
Probably I played in the 2011 NFC Championship game. I was on the 49ers. We played against the Giants.
Yeah.
And my buddy Mike, all my buddies came out, not probably see me because they're Giants fans.
Yeah.
And I was the captain for that game, and we ended up losing the game in overtime.
Wow.
And the Giants went up to win in the Super Bowl. And Eli went on the road that year. He beat Green Bay on the road. He came to Candlestick, beat us, and then he beat Brady in the Super Bowl. So that was my favorite moment playing, and that game was just an unbelievable.
If you saw my wife Jody just making a face, big
you're a
Brady
Giants
fan.
fan? Oh, Brady
big
fan.
Brady fan. That's
so
it.
not an Eli fan.
Not at all. Not at all. What was the toughest part about career in the NFL?
Probably for a person. I played special teams my whole career, so the unknown. I'd wake up every day. I had to prove myself.
Yeah.
I had to make plays. I had to stay healthy. So every day wasn't guaranteed for me, but I think that kept my edge. And I translated that to everything I do in life. I have an edge, and I always try to find a way, even when something negative happens or pops up. I try to say, hey, what's the positive? How do I move forward here? So that probably is most difficult, is every day not knowing if I had a job or not.
Yeah, I'll bet. Do you miss it? Miss being on the field?
I miss competing. I will say that. My body has felt definitely better, but I do miss competing. I miss being in the locker room with a bunch of guys. I stay connected by coaching high school football.
So I want to ask you, because you played in the big game, you were there, on the gridiron, doing something that so many kids dream about.
Yep.
And I asked Mike this earlier, that there's a culture in this country now that we're softening people up. That my wife and I took a lot of crap for having our son play football, and he loved it. And he's not, he's in the best shape of anybody I've seen. It's unbelievable. But what do you do to counteract that? I mean, obviously, you said you're probably hurt less now from not being hit so much.
Yep.
But what do you say to parents who are on the edge? They don't know. They instinctively say, you know what, I love football. Why is everybody hating on it?
Yeah, I agree. I think the problem arises in the parents. I feel like there's too much information out there. And a lot of us forget about, what football is really about. It's a team sport. It's about, working hard, being part of a team, being physical. Now, they've changed a lot of things in the game that made it safer, for our kids. And I don't think it'd be around if it was that much of a detriment. There's a lot of other things I feel like that are worse. Sitting behind computers, iPads, not getting up, working out, being outside, interacting with people. So those things I feel like are worse than the physical aspect parents may may think that football is going to be to their kids. So I think we just have to educate the parents of how much worse the other things are than actual football or any of these other contact sports.
I love it. That is, man, Blake, that is awesome. Real quick, you've been out, 10 years? You retired in 2014, so here we are at 2024. You still look like you could get on the field tomorrow and suit up. So what do you do? What's the trick? How are you staying in shape?
The trick is I got 3 young kids at home, so that helps. I got a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 7-month-old. So I don't need a lot of sleep. I do jiu-jitsu. I just got into the martial arts scene. And I really dig it. I think that's another great thing for kids, too. Learn some discipline and learn how to protect yourself. And like you said, I think that's a huge thing. And I work out with Mike once a week here. He comes and puts me through the ringer. And I'm pretty much sore till the next time I come here. So.
Now, Jets, Bills, Bears, 49ers, Browns. Did I miss anybody?
You did not.
Who do you root for?
I root for my buddies. I have a couple buddies that
Love
coach.
that.
Yeah, they coach at the Colts and the Browns, so those are the guys I root for.
I love it.
Yep.
Blake, great meeting you.
Great meeting you as
Thank
well.
you.
Appreciate
it. Blake Costanza, 8-year NFL vet, and great words of wisdom to what we need to think about as far as toughening up, moving forward, making sure that our kids get into the right mindset for physical fitness. All right, we're going to take a quick break and hear from one of our sponsors, Common Sense Club. Join the fight, baby. Hey guys, Bill Spadea here. Like you, I am sick and tired of the culture of acceptance that has been beaten into us by Trenton politicians on both sides of the aisle. Accepting their higher taxes, accepting higher tolls, crumbling roads, accepting a radical school curriculum, accepting busloads of illegal border crossers, accepting prisoners being let out before they complete their sentences, and perhaps worst of all, accepting losing November after November. It is time to break the mentality of acceptance being pushed by Trenton politicians. We need to demand common sense policies and leaders who get it. Hey guys, Bill Spadea here. Welcome back to Common Ground. We are here in beautiful Paramus, New Jersey, in Bergen County at TNT Training, Total Nunziato Training. I am with a special guest now. I want to bring in one of the female trainers here at TNT, Amra Bisarovic. How did I do?
Good job.
Is
Good
it
try.
Bisarovic? Bisarovic?
Besarovic.
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 I think I was pretty close. All right. So let me jump right in, Amra. So you've been here now 5 years.
5 years.
What's it like being a woman here? It seems like a pretty heavy testosterone environment here. How do you do it?
It's much better now. When I first started, there wasn't a lot of girl trainers. So we have a lot more now, so it's a lot easier to work here. But honestly, the guys are great.
Yeah.
They make you feel comfortable. It's a really welcoming place. So
walk me through what you do. I mean, what do people come to you? You have specific clients, and or do you deal with younger, older men, women, or everything?
Everything.
Okay.
So I train athletes, I train kids, I train women. It's honestly, the age range is probably like 8 to like 60 years old. So
how did you get into it? I mean, you're a young woman. How did you get into this? Now you've been doing it 5 years.
Honestly, anybody watching this that's probably known me my entire life would probably like, how did she end up here? I was overweight my entire life.
No kidding.
Yeah, no kidding. I was into fad diets.
Wow.
Yeah. My brother actually was at TNT training for football, and he told me you should come here and lose weight. And,
No kidding.
Yeah, and I told him no, I'm gonna go to Valley Fitness, and I'll
that's
lose weight.
funny.
And then I ended up coming here.
And what was it? I mean, were you were heavy as a kid? You were heavy your whole life? Were your parents heavy? I'm just saying, like
my whole family's very athletic and lean. I was
Yeah.
the only one.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it bad eating habits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would starve myself, then overeat,
All this
undereat.
processed food crap that's out there?
I just really honestly wasn't eating. I thought I shouldn't eat carbs. And
No kidding.
Yeah. And then I started training at TNT, and I got into strength training, and then I told myself, I'm like, hey, I really need to take it to the next level. I need to get my certification in nutrition and learn what it is to eat the right way.
How hard is it to sustain that? Because, there's so many diets out there, so many people, and today, I mean, I was mentioning this to Mike and to Blake, that so many people are overweight, diabetes is rampant, we've got heart disease, and so many people are unhealthy, and it seems that the first place they turn is to Big Pharma. Give me a pill so I can lose the weight. I don't see or sense any of that here. This
No.
is all about what you put in your body and the exertion that you take. So what do you say to young people who are out watching, who are overweight, they're embarrassed by what they look like, they don't feel good, they're sluggish? What's the first step that they need to take?
Honestly, I would just start off really small, and I would start with building my plate, eating protein, carb, and fat, wholesome foods, nothing processed. Don't go eat fast food at all. That's the way I would start. Everything obviously is individualized depending on the person, but start very small, build your plate, protein, carb, and a fat.
Do we have cheat days?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't like to call them cheat days, honestly.
We call them normal days that we're just eating what we want?
Eat what you want, but generally 80-20 rule is what I follow. 80% of the time is pretty clean, and then I enjoy 20% of the time.
How many hours are you at the gym?
Working out or working?
Well, is it both? I mean, you're working out here, so you come for the private workout and then you start working. Do you feel like they should pay you when you're working out? I mean, how's
pay
that
me
work?
when I'm working
I don't know.
out.
Should we bring Mike back?
Yeah, Mike, pay me when I work out.
It's part of the whole thing, right? Isn't it? So how many hours are you here?
Honestly, it depends on the day, but probably like 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, it's a
8 to 10
good
hours
day,
Yeah,
right?
it's a good day. I love being here. I love being active. I feel good. Energy's high.
Is it for everyone, or is there a specific person that would get along better at a place like TNT?
It's for everyone,
Yeah.
especially now. Also with the program that we have here now is the women's program. That
Tell me about it.
every day woman can come here.
Yeah.
And she can work out. Mom, if you're just getting into fitness, anybody can come here.
What commitment are they making? So you got, this is New Jersey, so we've got moms working 2 jobs, 3 jobs sometimes to help make ends meet. What's the time commitment to be able to really see a change in your life?
All my clients, I tell them, if this is your first time working out, start off once a week.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Just
it.
get into a routine. Because if
Yeah.
I tell them come in here 5 days, in a row, they're not. It's going to be too overwhelming. So
Now,
once a week.
you're a certified physical preparation specialist.
Yes.
What's the difference? What does that mean?
It's all generally the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's just more about safety measures, how to properly strength train, and kind of just make sure that clients don't injure themselves.
How long from start to, okay, you're going to hit that goal? Is it different for everybody?
Different for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. Like for me, for example, it took me probably a good 5 years to get into shape.
5 years?
Yeah.
No kidding.
But that was my fault.
Yeah.
I damaged my body. I wasn't eating. I had to go through a reverse diet. It was very complicated. But everybody's so different. I have some clients who make progress in 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. It all varies.
So you've been here 5 years, and you're looking forward to the next 5 at least?
Yeah.
That's great.
Very excited.
Emma, so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a quick break for our sponsors. I want to hear from Action Networks. I'll be right back after the break.
Pop star Iona Mansion started a craze last night by carrying a yellow bucket. Fans have been rushing stores.
I can't believe these fools fell for the bucket promotion. What do we make them by next?
Hey, how about a surveillance special like Actian?
You fool. We don't want people feeling safe. That's why we sell battery Wi-Fi cameras. Now, go learn more about this Action. They must be stopped.
Hey guys, Bill Spadea here. Welcome back to our streaming show, Common Ground. You know you can get it wherever you get your podcast. You can also go to the website, nj1015.com/Bill Spadea, and make sure you download the free app. We are here live at TNT, Total Nunziato Training. Great gym, athletic facility, fitness extravaganza. What an awesome place. You met the owner, Mike Nunziato, a little while ago, and you'll be able to see replays of this on our website, and of course we send it out through the app and social media. But we're here in Paramus in Bergen County, and one of the themes that we've had over the past year is not just a mindset change to get people into the right mindset to get physically fit, eat right, and go and achieve their dreams, but also supporting and promoting New Jersey small business. So I want to bring in a Hohokus native, Henry Pearson, who is currently a fullback going into his second season with the Green Bay Packers. Henry, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. So, all right, let's back up. You played high school football, went to college, and bring me to the day that you signed and knew you were going to the Green Bay Packers to play a rookie season. What was that like?
So I was with my family and my girlfriend at the house and had been in contact with a couple teams. And, I mean, I wasn't the most highly recruited and everything like that. So I didn't go to the games. I didn't go to the combine, but I had a pro day. And I've been in contact with a couple teams, but really not that much at the end of it. And so the Green Bay Packers were really I don't want to say only option, but the team that gave me the best option for sure.
Yeah.
So it was kind of just a surreal moment that, it was a dream come true that I'd been.
Were you waiting for the call? Did they say, get ready, we're going to call you? How did that work?
No, it's kind of, they call you, they tell you, hey, they talk to your agent more so too. Your agent, you're in constant contact with your agent. What teams have you been talking to? The teams I've been talking to. So just kind of in contact with them, kind of going through the ladder there, and then you kind of just finally you get the call with the actual offer, which is it's
cool,
a surreal
right?
Feeling,
yeah, I'll bet. At what point now, when you were playing high school ball, were people telling you, "Oh man, Henry, you're going to make it. You're going to the NFL"?
No, I definitely wouldn't say so. I was very grateful to have such a great high school team, but I wouldn't say I was the best player any of the years. I really was there. There was always a higher recruit. Thankfully, I play with him now. Rashawn Gary, he's with the Packers, just signed another contract there. I played with him for a year in high school, so to have a number one player, in the nation on the same team as you, it's kind of like that guy's going to the NFL. That's more so talked about that. So you kind of you're always chasing those people though.
What made the difference for you? What was it?
I guess just working hard. Having the willpower to be able to say no to certain things and be able to say yes to coming into TNT on the weekends and working hard, following Mike's plan, and just kind of always trying to do the next right thing. Yeah.
So, and now you're currently with the NFL, with the Green Bay Packers, so I'm not asking to expose any trade secrets here, but I am curious, what was the rookie year like? You've got veteran players. Is it like, come on in, Henry, welcome to the team, or new guy, you got to prove yourself?
Oh, for sure, new guy, you got to prove yourself. They don't, nobody cares.
Really?
Nobody, they'll be nice enough to have a conversation with you, but if you can't benefit the team, you're no good. So, if you got to go in there, you got to prove yourself every day, day in and day out. What you did yesterday doesn't matter today. So it's kind of a great way to look at it.
What changed in your life? You go from playing college ball, you've got kind of a normal life, you've got a girlfriend, you got your parents, you're going to school, and now you're playing for the NFL and you're on TV every weekend. How did that change your mindset, outlook, or did it?
I don't really think it did. At the end of the day, it's always just the game of football. I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old, and really it's just run fast, tackle hard, and catch the ball. It's the same fundamentals that you follow. It's just the people that you're playing, the competition just gets better, and you just continually have to grow as well.
What was the toughest moment of your rookie year?
I tore my MCL in the second preseason game, and it was a feeling of where I thought it was just going to be over then. And I thought,
really, you thought that's it? I made it, and I'm done.
Not that I made it and I'm done, but I was like, I don't think they're going to keep me if I'm hurt. So I worked as hard as I could doing the rehab and got back as fast as I could. So they wound up keeping me, and I was actually able to come back. And I played in 2 games this past year, and one was actually Thanksgiving on my birthday.
No kidding.
So that was a pretty awesome birthday gift for sure.
What was that game like when you first took the field?
Oh man, I've been watching games on Thanksgiving my entire life, and every so often it winds up being on my birthday. And we played the Lions, and it was the 11 a.m. game, so it was early. So it was. I wake up, it's really, you get right to it, and then you get home, and it was. I don't think I ever got to.
Did you make it home for Thanksgiving dinner?
No, I didn't.
I was going to say that's tough.
Mashed potatoes or anything, but it was a surreal. I think I let it set in the next day, but that day, running out of the tunnel and just trying to think of everything that was going on. It was amazing for sure.
Walk me through a pregame. So 24 hours before you're going to be on the field, and it's going to be rough and tumble, and guys get hurt every day, and it's a tough engagement. What's the food like? The sleep like? What do you do 24 hours out?
So personally, I like a more calm pregame. The calm before the storm, as they might say. And really, it's a basic dinner. You have your proteins, you have your carbs. Maybe a little chicken, some steak, some mashed potatoes, maybe a little pasta. And you have a couple of meetings. You have a special teams meeting, you have a team meeting. You have meeting after meeting the night before the game, and normally that morning of, they want you to be in the right mindset. So whatever you got to do to get ready. Personally, I like to listen to a little bit of music, nothing too crazy. Something just kind of center my mind and really center my focus on the task at hand. So it's more calm than you would think. I think.
Really, what's breakfast before an 11 o'clock game? Eggs and bacon? Are we doing a protein
I mean,
shake? What are we
You
doing?
might do a little eggs. I try to stay away from the bacon, anything too greasy to weigh
Yeah.
me down. But a couple little potatoes and maybe some yogurt. For the first game in the NFL, man, I didn't get to eat much. Those nerves
Yeah,
were
I'll
going
bet.
for sure. So
I'll bet.
some fruit.
So what's the goal for you? What are you looking ahead to? Is this focus on, hey, I want to win a Super Bowl, I want to break a record? What is it?
I just want to keep playing. This is a dream that I've been dreaming of my entire life, and something I've always wanted to do, and just be able to do it for as long as I can, basically as long as they'll let me do it. So until they make me walk me out the building with security, I'm going to stay playing.
You are clearly having fun. Is it tough being away from home that often?
Not really. I mean, I went to school in North Carolina, so I was away from home for 5 years prior, and my family, I don't think my mom's missed a single game.
No kidding.
Whether it was a scrimmage or whatnot, she's
I
been
believe
there
that.
the whole time.
I believe that. Let me ask you real quick, because we're here at TNT. You've got a good friend in Mike. I mean, this whole place is fantastic. How do you, and is it difficult to stay, and I realize this is your first off season, but you played college ball, you had off seasons then.
Yeah.
What's it like staying in shape and keeping that peak athletic performance in the off season?
I'm just trying to follow what Mike says, being able to work out every day here. We try to come in 5 days a week, doing a lot more yoga, trying to stay flexible.
Yoga, hot yoga?
Hot yoga, yeah.
Nice. I love it. My wife Jody and I love hot yoga 3-4 times a week.
Exactly
We love it.
right.
Yeah.
So
And
just trying to stay active, doing everything like that.
What about lifting?
Running a lot. Yep. We lift
Yeah,
every day almost. Upper body, lower body have a pretty good split dynamic there. So it works out very well.
does the team miss Aaron Rodgers?
No, I think everybody loves love.
Yeah, all right, there you go. There you go. Hey, man, great to meet you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Henry Pearson, great Jersey native from Hohokus, and we're happy to have him on. I want to thank everybody here at TNT, Mike and Blake and Emra and Henry. What a fantastic group of people. You got to come down to TNT. It is Total Nunziato training here in Paramus. Make sure to stay tuned. What we'll do is when we tweet this out and share it, we'll share their website. Now, as we wrap up the show, I just want to say a few things about one of our key sponsors, Acteon Networks. Look, Acteon Networks has been there for us with their surveillance is top notch. Not only for me and my family, keeping us protected and safe, making sure that we can sleep at night, but also New Jersey 101.5. And I have recommended Acteon to dozens of friends and businesses. They do remote site security. They can protect your home. They're there for you. And matter of fact, way more affordable than you might think. Go to Acteon.net. That's Acteon. Acteon.net. Guys, thanks for watching. I am Bill Spadea. Follow me on all my social media at Bill Spadea, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on the show.